I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So I was going to do this video tomorrow, but then I was flipping the channels around on the TV and I wasn't really into watching Netflix. So I, flipping the TV channels around, and really the only movie that's on right now is fucking 1998's Godzilla, which is absolutely shit. So I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll just come in the studio and bang out this quick horror movie news and give you this weekend's box office numbers. And I guess we're talking about a bunch of movies this week that are shit because Hellfest opened up, and man, it really didn't do that well. It only did $5 million on a $5.5 million budget. So I mean, there's two sides of the coin here. I guess I'm saying it tanked because $5 million is really pretty pathetic. But it was only made on a budget of $5.5 million, so it's going to make its money back, and that's just domestically too, $5 million. So worldwide, I'm sure it's going to probably pull in, probably 12 to 15 million, like they're saying here on Bloody Disgusting. So it'll for sure make its money back. But they were expecting huge things out of this movie because they really wanted to kind of start this as a franchise. 2 or 3 more movies out of it. They still might, because it's still going to make its money back, and I'm sure it'll double or triple its money in budget wise. Although I don't know what they spent on marketing. So, but it's funny. I'll be very quick. It got really good reviews, or pretty good reviews, anyways, for being a slasher flick. And there's we all know Halloween's coming out. So, the slasher genre is making a little bit of a comeback. But it was funny though, because I watched Chris Stuckman's review for it the other day. And he was saying something that I noticed in the trailers. I didn't do a trailer review for this movie, just for whatever reason. I get tons of trailers sent to me. But I did notice something, and he actually talked a little bit about it in his review. So basically this is like a, it's like a festival, right? Hellfest. It's like a horror festival that goes around from place to place, and you buy tickets and you go in, and it's haunted attractions and all that bullshit. And in the synopsis there, it's this Hellfest, like it's sold out within, I don't know what they said, like an hour or something like that. So it was hard to get tickets. But anyways, what Chris Stuckman was saying is that, okay, it's sold out and there's tons of crowds in here when they do the overhead shots, which you notice. But every time the main stars are inside an attraction, like one of the haunted houses, they're the only ones in there. You know what I mean? And I thought about that when I watched the trailers. I said, they're getting chased around, and they just show little snippets of it. But it's funny because it's true. Every time you see them in one of the haunted houses there, or wherever the action's taking place, it's only the main stars. Not a big crowd of people. I've been to the shit show that's Canada's Wonderland, horror, whatever that's fucking called. I'm telling you right now, straight up, don't go to that, because it is fucking garbage. They pump way too many people into that Canada's Wonderlands onto the grounds there when they haunt it at night in October, and it's just, they just push you through the attractions. Like half the time you don't even see what's popping out and stuff, and there's so many fucking people in there, like it's not even scary, like it's a joke. And this is technically how this movie should be, because all the overhead shots are like that. They just show like an overabundance of people, yet every time the stars are in the attractions, they're the only ones in there. So it's kind of doesn't really make sense. You know what I mean? That was one of the things that he said that he didn't really care for. But all in all, he did give it a good review. So I haven't seen this movie yet. I'm going to go see it in a couple of days. So, and then we'll probably end up doing a review for it. We wanted to kind of do, because a couple of weeks ago there was another movie that came out called Bloodfest. And so we're going to kind of do back-to-back reviews on those, and they're really similar. So, but I don't know. There's horror movies are struggling lately. The Nun just keeps plodding along. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But even the house with clocks in the walls right now is sitting at $44.7 million with a $53 million worldwide take-in overall, and it had a budget of $42 million. So it just finally got over its budget and made its money back. But again, that's not including all the advertising and stuff. But look at the fucking Predator, man. Dying quick, down another 60% this week. It only brought in an abysmal $3.7 million this weekend. It's got a total worldwide total of $105 million. So it made its budget back because I mean, it was shot for $88 million, which is quite a lot considering they can make other movies like The Nun for, I think it was like $8 million, and Hellfest for 5.5. The Predator, man, it was it was 88. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it made its money back, but I don't think we'll see one. And then again, like I've said before, this is not including all the advertising, and they advertise the fuck out of that movie. So I think it's still in the red. Let's just quickly shift over here. So where are we here? House with Clocks. Okay, so that finished in third. So that was like the top horror movie. Weekend gross. It brought in 12 million, which was pretty good for its second run. So it's sitting at 44 million in total. And then The Nun. Look at The Nun hanging around there. It's dropped to number 5, but it's still bringing in money. Almost $5.5 million. It's for a budget of 22 million, its total gross right now is $109 million. So guaranteed we'll be seeing another one of those. And then, and that's not even worldwide. That's just domestically. The Predator, like I said, brought in $3.7 million, down 60%. And that's sitting at, whatever it is. Domestically, it's 47 million. And the Meg still brought in $1 million, man. That thing's a money-making machine. It's just a shame that the fucking budget on this was so outrageous, like $130 million. Even though it's worldwide, I think it's made like over 300 million. So for sure we're gonna see another Meg, absolutely. But they really need to trim the budget. But it's gonna kill it when it gets released on Blu-ray and DVD, because all the special effects, not the special effects, but the gore was taken out of the Meg, so it could get like that PG-13 rating, and that was really really sad that happened. But the other thing I wanted to talk about quickly here, let me just find it here, was The Nun. It's just let me flip back here. The Nun was, it killed it at the box office again. And as much as I hate on this movie, I got to tell you, it's a fucking money-making machine here. Let me just close this, and then I'll flip down. Like, let me just give you an idea of what, like, so The Nun is sitting at $330 million worldwide, and is now the highest grossing movie to come out of the Conjuring universe. And it was only made on a budget of $22 million, which is fucking outrageous. In second place is, when James Wan directed The Conjuring. Worldwide, before it was pulled out of the theater, it brought in $319 million, which is crazy. And then the sequel in 2016 brought in $320 million. And then he's also produced the spin-offs of Annabelle, which pulled in $257 million worldwide. And then Annabelle Creation, which was back up over the $300 million mark again. I mean, this Conjuring universe is a fucking money-making machine, because these films are made on pretty much like a shoestring budget in today's, like, $20 million, $30 million, and it's making $300 million. Like, that's fucking crazy. So, I mean, James Wan is a fucking genius. You know what I mean? And again, I know I'm hating a little bit on The Nun, but hey, everybody's loving that fucking movie, and it's killing it at the box office. And it's good too. I'm glad that it is, because right now horror movies are really sucking, and I'll tell you why. This is just my opinion. Why they're kind of not doing that well at the theater is because the movies that are going to video on demand are so fucking good. So people are saying, well, why would I spend, if you go on a date or bring your kids or your wife or your husband or something, by the time you pay for them, buy popcorn and you're up $70, $80 sometimes, when you can sit in the comfort of your home and watch a killer movie on video on demand. Why the fuck would you go to the theater if the movie's not going to be awesome? Like, I can tell you right now, the next couple of weeks are going to pick up, because Venom's going to kill it at the theater for sure. Because Venom, the character itself, is awesome, and Tom Hardy's a great actor. So we know next week is going to be huge at the box office with that movie. And then all the hype surrounding Halloween, and the fact that it's getting not just good reviews, but like amazing reviews for the people that have seen it at the film festivals. So that's going to kill it too. So there's going to be the next couple of weeks are going to be awesome at the box office. We're going to see some good numbers. But the last couple of weeks have been the shits. But I can tell you, it's because video-on-demand movies are so good now. I mean, I don't know. I can't even give you a list of movies that are playing out there, but it's just there's a lot of good fucking movies on video on demand that you can get for $8-9 or whatever it costs to rent one of those online. So why the fuck would you go drop $80 to go see a piece of shit? But anyways, The Nun. Back to The Nun. I'm glad it did well because there's some other movies that James Wan is producing and stuff through his Atomic Monster production company, and I really want to see these movies. So out of the Conjuring universe comes another movie called The Crooked Man, and it is set. When is that coming out? Well, so they're doing a third Annabelle movie, which is coming out July 3rd, and then and then in 2019 as well is The Crooked Man, which is coming out, and that was from The Conjuring 2. So Annabelle first in July, and then I believe The Crooked Man is coming out second, I think, or maybe it's coming out before. I'm not sure, but anyway, sometime in 2009, The Crooked Man is coming out, and that guy, that creature looked creepy as fuck in the Conjuring movie. And I'll tell you something else too. He's got another movie coming out called The Nurse, which is in development, and it's not officially part of the Conjuring universe, but it's a James Wan movie. So I mean, you know, it's going to be creepy as fuck. And then he's also working on something else, his Atomic Monster, and then as kind of are set to produce this with New Line Cinema. It's called The Curse of La Llorona. I'm not sure what that's about, but it comes out in April. So again, it's a James Wan produced movie, so you know it's going to be creepy as fuck. So anyways, there's the numbers for the weekend. The Nun's killing it, and yeah, we're going to see more of the Conjuring universe, which is a good thing, because not only are the majority of them fucking awesome, but they're a money-making machine. So we're going to see lots more spin-offs from the Conjuring universe for sure. The other thing too, since we're talking about James Wan, just lastly here, before I said this was going to be a quick video, but fuck, I'd love to ramble. One of my favorite zombie movies is Train to Busan. I loved this fucking movie when I saw it last year. And yeah, I knew it was only a matter of time before it would be picked up by the US. But thank God the right person is on board to produce this, and it's James Wan. Like, who better to produce this fucking movie? So now, it hasn't been picked up yet. A couple things. Yu Sang-ho, who is the original director, is also working on a sequel to Train to Busan, which comes out, I believe, in 2019, which is going to be fucking awesome. And then right now they're bidding on it, and they were saying that they should finalize the deal this week. But I'll just give you a list of some of the heavy hitters here who are on this. Where is it here? It's going to go for a 7-figure sum, so that's going to be in the millions, obviously. That's going to be awesome. New Line's in the bid. Universal. Oh, actually, Universal just stepped out. So it's between New Line, Paramount, Lionsgate, and Screens Gems. So, I mean, if New Line picks it up, then absolutely James Wan is going to be producing this with Atomic Monster. So that's going to be fucking awesome. So I will keep you updated on that as well, because I'm curious to see. I kind of didn't want it to get picked up by the US, but it's such a good fucking movie, and you know how they like to steal all the fucking great ideas that the Asians have and then make it into a US spin-off. But I guess it's James Wan is on board. I mean, the guy's got the Midas touch, so at least if he's going to produce it, it's going to be in good hands. So anyways, that's all I got for this week. There's your box office numbers. It was kind of a shitty week at the box office for horror movies. It's kind of a shame that Hellfest didn't do a little bit better. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but the reviews for it are pretty good, so I'm going to go check it out this week, and we'll probably end up doing a review for it. So anyways, I got lots of videos coming out, and I was going to kind of do a movie a day in a movie a day in October for horror movies, like 31 movies in 31 days, but I just don't have the fucking time. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on to Netflix, and I'm just going to randomly pick 31 movies, horror movies on Netflix, and give you my opinion on them really quick. Just keep it like 1 minute reviews or whatever, just to kind of get you through the 31 days in October with the lead up to Halloween. So you know what's good and bad on Netflix. So I am currently going to be working on that video. I should have it out in the next day or two. So, but yeah, anyways, back to this horror movie news. There's your box office numbers. Again, quickly, thanks to all the new subscribers. You guys are amazing. We're well over 700 now. That's awesome. I still think we can hit 1,000 by Christmas, which is what I'm shooting for. So that's going to be amazing. So anyways, guys, yeah, until next time, stay scared.